Essential components for a successful domestic harmony are a man cave. Inside is organisational chaos, but everything has its place and absolutely essential. This Grundig 1958 radio was responsible for starting my vintage radio collection. I first came across them when I was on holiday in Germany with my parents, aged 11. I was really impressed with all the push buttons creating different sounds rather like an equaliser. The radio had one front loudspeaker and one on each end creating a 3D stereo effect. Really impressive for an 11-year-old. Approximately 56 years later, I came across a Grundig for sale in Doncaster, so I went over, saw it and bought it. But I also saw in this guy's man cave 2 other radios, and I came back with them as well. Inside, a couple of capacitors needed replacing and a good vacuuming and lube of the tuning moving parts, and it was a runner. This Philips 1947 vintage was born in the same year as I was. I hope internally I am in better condition, rather a lot of dust to get rid of. This Walter tape recorder is the same model I started recording with many moons ago. This Truvox weighs a ton, very heavy duty in its day, trying to emulate Revox brand, but for less money. The Philips 1958 deck here was used on equipment I listened to 45s on when I went to the local electrical shop. I always asked them to play the B-side. The assistant asked why not the A-side. I replied I knew the A-side from all the radio plays. Being a tight Yorkshire lad, I needed to confirm that the B-side was worth listening to. When at a sale looking for radios, I came across this Columbia Grafanola wind-up record player. Right, you guessed it, I bought it. That subsequently led me to go to more sales to get 78s to play on it. Some long-forgotten local record retailers crop up from time to time on the sleeves. More well-known ones as well. Gough and Davy are still in Hull, now relocated to under the City Hall. When the 78s have had a wash and dry, I transfer them with this deck to my PC. The digitised files are then catalogued and stored and can be played back on modern equipment. Some of them can be worth more than the 5 to 50p I usually pay. Some classical 78s are 12-inch rather than the usual 10-inch. However, some early 78s were produced in the 8-inch format. I have started to expand my collection now into vinyl records too. The 45s take up much less storage space. These 2 shelves will hold 600 records. On the shelf of vinyl LPs are 200. The same size shelf holds 244 78s. In my temporary overflow man cave shed is a collection of 700 78s in 8, 10 and 12-inch formats. Also, there are renovation items yet to enter the man cave. I have a corner that I use for creating what is very loosely termed art. This is a weird subject, but it caught my eye when I saw it at the Sainsbury Gallery in Norwich Uni. Work in progress, you might say. This is a watercolour, unusual as I normally work with acrylic. Naturally, my photographic creations are an important man cave item. These range from normal paper prints to large 30 by 23-inch block wall mount statement works. I also do canvas wrap prints. Maybe I should consider extending my man cave. Or maybe not.